Hello, 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 everyone. It is Saturday night, and this is Psychic Saturday Night Live. Yeah. It is the 22nd of March. The 22nd of March. Oh my gosh, you guys. We are whipping through this month like there is no tomorrow, and these eclipses that we are sort of in the middle of right now are really kicking it for people. really packing a punch for people and creating a lot of opportunity, we'll say, for us to do more work on ourselves, which is a good thing. It is truly a good thing. So I'm just going to let the algorithm do its thing for a moment here. Just going to let the algorithm do its thing for a moment here and let people jump on. It's beautiful. We've entered into daylight savings time, so it's actually light still at this time of the day. Gratefully so. Yeah, so I am actually thankful, and I'm so grateful, that, of course, that spring is here as we hit the equinox on Thursday, coming into this beautiful Ostara energy, this Estor energy, the time of the eggs, the fertile time, the birthing time. Beautiful time for all of us. Beautiful time for all of us. So, yes, welcome to Psychic Saturday Night Live. We're going to do our traditional cards. We're going to do our regular cards. And we're going to do the Moonology cards again tonight. And again next week, actually, to round off this eclipse season. I will mention quickly, for those of you who are interested anyway, it was kind of neat. I watched the replay, well, not the replay, I watched the recording of last week's live, and was kind of tickled to see that we had some visitors. I saw some orbs actually flying by my head between the 15 and 16 minute mark. So I'm not sure how many others saw that, but it was pretty cool. And I don't get a lot of that on my videos, so I'm going to watch tonight anyway, especially to see, because my ears were burning last week. They're starting to burn again now. Got yawns. Excuse me. Hello. I've got yawns coming in, which of course lets me know that Spirit's connecting to me and connecting with us for this particular time. And of course, and sometimes if I ignore that or don't necessarily acknowledge it, we'll say they make themselves known in other ways. So of course that's what they did last week, and it was really cool. It was one that came down this way, and then one that sort of shot right by my head, above my head there. It was really cool. So yeah, 15 to 16 minute mark. I think it was 15 minutes and 40 seconds, somewhere in there. Yeah, check it out. It was kind of cool. Anywho, hey, Saturday the 22nd of March. Welcome back to this episode of Psychic Saturday Night Live. I will say there's a lot of stuff going on. These energies, these eclipses, the equinox, everything has just brought to the surface a lot of stuff for people. People are being triggered left, right, and center. There's a lot of stuff going on in terms of shifts and shadow work and just all kinds of wonderful stuff. And while it doesn't necessarily always feel that way for people, I will tell you it is absolutely wonderful for all of us. So forgive me. Lord help me. Might be one of those times. That's, of course, Spirit calling in to the show to let me know that they found the button and they're going to push it and say, hey, everybody. Excuse me. There's a lot of stuff happening in the world right now. I mean, a great deal of stuff. You know, we're being pulled with our attention over here. Our attention's being pulled over here. There's distractions happening everywhere. And it's easy for us to get lost in that. I really want to encourage people at this time, specifically at this time, please keep yourself grounded. Keep yourself grounded. Keep yourself focused as much as best as you can. And please, by all means, reach out to those people you have in your life that can help you when times get a little bit kooky for you. And if you need to and you want to, you certainly reach out to me. I'm around, I'm here, I'm kind of going and growing through it all like everybody else is. So, it's times that we're like this, that we're supposed to actually reach out, connect to one another, and, be there for each other. This is those times. These are those times that we are here to band together, because the more we band together, the stronger our light is. And it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. So last week, and the lunar eclipse that happened, brought a lot of stuff to the surface for people. And I have noticed for the last week, as we geared up towards the equinox anyway, that more and more people were finding themselves experiencing two things, bringing up stuff that brought them, triggers, so that they could recognize things they needed to deal with and acknowledge and process, let go, whatever that might be, but also something called glimmers. Glimmers are the polar experience of triggers. Those are those moments in the day that offer you beautiful insight, awareness that uplifts you. And instead of showing you, what more you've got to work on or what is left for you to deal with, glimmers actually show you how far you've come. They show you wonderful things in your life that you have accomplished. They offer you moments of achievement and inspiration and encouragement, empowerment, wonderful little things. So it might just be an uplifting moment in the day, but those glimmers actually are just as powerful and just as incredible to experience, extraordinary to experience as triggers. All of this is spiritual. Every single thing we live is a spiritual experience. The good, the bad, and even the ugly, everybody. Even the ugly is spiritual. I would love to say that only certain things are spiritual. Politics is not spiritual. Other things are not spiritual, whatever. Everything is spiritual. It all starts from a spiritual space. Every bit of it starts from the ethers and becomes a manifested material experience for all of us. So everything is spiritual. I have a little meme I like to share every once in a while, that says, people always say, well, I'm spiritual. Well, demons are spiritual too. You got to be a little more specific about it. Because everything is spiritual, which is why it's hard for people to recognize that the ugly stuff in the world is also the spiritual stuff we've come to shift. We've come to transform. We've come to transmute. All of that stuff in this world that nobody likes, that is enslaving and oppressive and evil, is all the stuff that we came here to experience in its extreme, right, in its total extremities, and then do something with it. Now, we're not going to be able to change all of it in one fell swoop, but we change enough of it in our own experiences that we actually allow ourselves, and in beautiful divine intention, we can elevate, ascend, and transcend the stuff that we don't like down here. That's what it's all about, moving into a fifth dimensional space. That fifth dimensional space is a consciousness place that is still experiencing, life in a reality, but just not with the lower frequency stuff in the extreme that it is, that we are now experiencing, okay, that it has been for so long now, that we're all here to work for. So yeah, I want to say also, we have to appreciate the dark forces, because they help us recognize where we are. They help us to move to new spaces. They help us to really do the job that we came to do here. Without those dark forces getting, being so extreme in the way that they are, we wouldn't have a chance to shine our light in the way that we do. Everything is proportionate and everything is related and connected. The amount of evil is exactly proportionate to the amount of light that we require or are capable of holding. So that's kind of why, it's such a beautiful thing where we are right now. And that's why the equinox was such a beautiful time. And these eclipses are also such beautiful opportunities for us when it comes to light and dark. The equinox offered us a beautiful opportunity for perfect balance. Exactly 12 hours of light, 12 hours of dark. It was almost like a truce time for the forces. Take a moment, right? Take some time out. Relax. Be equal and be even. Everything is exactly like it's supposed to be. It always is. There's absolutely nothing happening right now that is not supposed to be happening right now, just so you know. on this timeline, in this reality that we are all experiencing together, everything is happening exactly like it's supposed to. Believe it or not, it's true. So the equal time of light and dark gives us this beautiful truce time. And as we move towards this new moon and solar eclipse on Saturday next week, exactly, and we're going to talk about it next week because it's actually happening on the day we're doing our live. These are beautiful times for us to work those balances, work those energies where they are in their strongest energy and in their strongest forms. It's now. Eclipse season has always been a very powerful time for us with consciousness. There's an upload that goes on, and there's a reset and a reboot to the consciousness, the collective consciousness rather, from a male and female perspectives, from male and female understandings, and from the left and right brains and hemispheres of the brain. Everything goes into a giant database, kind of like a cloud, but I mean, that's where they got the idea. All the stuff we live in our world, by the way, comes from an idea that came through a person, but was already out there, right? Available to us. So we have the most incredible time in our hands right now, at hand. And I just got to say, you know, if you're being triggered, if you're experiencing glimmers, appreciate them both. Appreciate everything you're growing through right now and everything you're going through right now, because this is an incredible time for expansion. All of it is an incredible time for expansion as we upload, you know, these collective consciousness experiences, these what I would call agreements, in a sense. We get to a certain place in our collective consciousness, and it kind of hits this everybody kind of consensus area sort of place, I guess you'd say, and then it gets uploaded. It's kind of in my experience. I don't really know how to explain it any other way to people, but that's how it goes for me. Anyway, we upload twice a year. We upload, and then we start fresh with a new frame of mind, a new frame, a new perspective, a new concept, and a new way of thinking, a new mental state to begin from. It's necessary for us to have these uploads. You got to back up your systems every once in a while, don't we? Yeah. Think of it in computers, you know, in the computer terms kind of idea. That's really what we're doing here, right? We have programs, we have everything going on. We have everything. So hello. Welcome to everyone who's joining me here tonight. I am so excited about this time. So I'm going to encourage everybody to continue to do your candle magic. Please do your candle magic. If you don't have any candles or you don't know what you're doing, in particular, just grab yourself a white candle from wherever you can get it. You know, bless it and say, that's it, that's all, we're lighting this, and we're letting go of anything and everything we need to. And just know, as you do that, the intention is everything. Everything runs on intention. That's all you have to remember. So write your list down if you want to write your stuff down on a list, or you can scribe it into the candle, whatever you want to do. But absolutely, burn some candles, get rid of some stuff. Now that we've made it through the equinox, last year's energy is gone for good. It is gone, and it will stay in that timeline, and you can access it through regression, but for the most part, you're not going to feel it too much, if you feel it at all, which most people won't, in this time now. 2025 has officially begun as of Thursday, and it's full on, all 2025 energy. The year of the snake is really kicking it, like really packing this punch, and I just got to encourage everybody to just let go. Let go. Don't fight things. Don't resist. Don't give yourself a hard time. You know, be gentle with yourself. Allow things to happen. Allow things to let go. Allow things to be released. Allow things to just fall away. We don't have to struggle. And if there is a struggle involved, it just means that there's something valuable there for you to look at. Something more valuable that you're hanging on to that you need to acknowledge and address. And, you know, those are the nuggets right there. Those are the nuggets. Do the work, people. And nobody, you know what? Nobody can do the work for you but you. I keep stressing this to people. I've got a couple of people who are really having challenges with this right now. And in some cases, even for myself, I've got a couple of tasks that I just can't seem to get myself to do. And I know I'm not alone. I know that there's others out there that are just like, okay, you know. But I ask myself, what is the procrastination about? What is the hesitation, the apprehension, whatever it is? What is the issue here? And I know, because it's a big deal for me. It's a big deal, and I'm scared. I'm a little scared to attack, to sort of to attempt to work on this particular project for what it's worth for me. So stuff comes up, and you just got to address it. You can't be afraid to look at it. You can't, you can, sure you can. Say you can't, and don't, but people do, and they can, and that's, yeah. So be gentle, be easy with yourselves, go easy on yourselves. We've been through one hell of a 5-year stretch, like holy moly. The stuff that we have been through, the stress that we have been put under as a whole planet. Like, not just us here, this province, this country, whatever. Like, seriously, all of humanity has been stressed and pushed to a test, right? Pushed to a test. That's because that's what we're here for. These are the times we came for. These are exactly what we're here to work through and work on. So, that being said, this whole week coming, just allow yourself to know that whatever triggers come up, it's okay. Be all right with them. Whatever glimmers you see, appreciate them too. And appreciate the triggers, rather, and all those glimmers, especially all those little blessings that you might find yourself encountering and engaging with. They're wonderful. They're meant to help balance us out, right? They really are truly meant to help us balance out. And it's really a great time, right? Spring has sprung here, and where I am anyway, I've almost no snow left, which is fabulous. It's amazing to think that just in 5-6 short days that, 3 to 4 feet worth of snow is absolutely gone now. So, but I'm grateful for it, because I can tell you, I'm not well insulated, so I'm not a fan of cold weather, and I prefer the warmth. It takes me till July to thaw, for heaven's sake. So I'm looking forward to whenever it shows up and getting it on the, getting it on the go now. So we're going to do some cards, mind, body, and spirit, like we always seem to do. Keep an eye out, folks. I'm kind of watching too, in case we see some of those more orbs. We're going to do the Moonology after we do the brick. Yeah, good times for everyone. So hello again to everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. I always have such a good time with everybody. I really do. I look forward to this wonderful gathering that we have, like minds, right? Lots of light. We form a little network, and even though we're only connected via electrical and energetic experience, we form a circuitry and a beautiful matrix of our own, a little grid, right? That lights up every time we gather, every time we share light, every time we engage with one another, we're lighting it up. We're lighting it up. The more you know, the more you glow, and the more you glow, well, yeah, the better you feel, believe it or not. The better you feel. The more crap you can get out of your body, the more crap you get out of your cells. Yeah. So I've been seeing a lot of stuff too, by the way, about people overcoming very, very challenging physical illnesses. And I'm very impressed. I have a few people that I know who I'm really just kind of putting some information out to them, letting them know that there's ways to deal with some otherwise terminal diagnosis. And you know what? It doesn't have to be terminal. If you don't want to be, if it doesn't want to be, if you really don't want to go, you don't have to go. You can change. We have free will. We have all kinds of power. And the fact is, we have to believe it in order to actually activate it and use it. So, yeah, and that's what I've been helping some people with this week as well. So, we can heal ourselves. We're supposed to heal ourselves. And there's all kinds of ways for us to use resources, tools, and other practices, we'll say, that can help you do that very thing. So, heal yourself is exactly what we're here to do. Heal ourselves, heal the planet. So a little bit of housekeeping, Magic and Miracles is still 25% off, but the Enlightenment series people, I'm telling you, and the people that are coming in to take this now are really, really loving it so far. The idea is that we lighten up. We come here and we're full of crap, literally full of toxins and everything else. We got to get it all out of our system so that we can lighten up and we can be more buoyant in our energy experience, which means we can hold higher vibrations and our frequencies can actually accelerate, when you are in a higher vibration and your frequency is accelerated, shit can't stick to you. Stuff doesn't happen to you the same way. You don't attract things to you electromagnetically the way you would if you were dull and dense and stuck in a lower vibration and density and not able to actually emit frequency or hold high vibration or frequency, or emit light rather and hold high vibration and frequencies. So just know, right, like we have the ability. Nobody is without the opportunity, the resources, and the power to do that for themselves. So yeah, you know, research, people, research. There's a product that was, you know, kind of poo-pooed over the last 5 years, and it's certainly making a comeback now that that's not so necessarily, you know, threatening to the market, we'll say, to the people in, you know, in power. But that IVR stuff is really, really kicking it for people. And it comes along with another one that people are using that I think is very important for people to recognize, that pair right there. Everything is parasites. Everything is parasites. Everything is parasitic. Any diseases you have, any illnesses and stuff like that, it's all parasites. You can get rid of the parasites in your body can heal itself. Your body will heal itself because it's naturally designed to do that. We are incredibly divinely designed beings, and there's lots of people out there that have proven that. So, you know, if that's you, doesn't matter what it is. Doesn't matter what it is. We regrow things all the time. Your skin, your liver, your organs, all kinds of stuff. Even skeletal stuff can be regrown, believe it or not. Anyway, yeah, just look it up. People, it's out there. And if not, talk to me about it. Get in touch with me. I can help you. I've got lots of things to help you with. Absolutely. And that's kind of what I do. That's what I do for people. What I do with people and what I do, you know, for people and myself as well, right? So, okay, let's throw these cards out. Ready? Mind, body, and spirit. Here we go. Mind, body, and spirit. What can we focus on? What are we supposed to think about in terms of our minds? Oh, look at that. Pick 2 right off the bat. Minds, 2 and 3. All right. Just like that then. All right. What can we focus on in our minds? What can we focus on for our bodies in the material world and our physical experience? And what is it Spirit's trying to tell us? What do we need to know? We've done so well over the last couple of months. We've grown, we've changed, we've transformed thoughts, we've got in command of ourselves and our emotions. We've really come to a new place for ourselves. And as that old energy leaves and the new energy is anchored in fully, we have an opportunity now with sure-footedness to actually step forward with confidence and competence into a brand new experience for ourselves. The first one, here in the mind, the 2 of Pentacles, all about big changes. We talked about these before. We've had this card before. Big changes in the mind. Lots of things are shifting. You know what? Perspective is everything. But perception is also important. One is individual in terms of where you see yourself, and the other is how you see everything else. Change your perspective, change your perception, change your world. Change your thoughts, change your world. It's just the way it works. What you see, what you expect, what you put out there is what you get. You get what you give. That's what they say. Well, those are the vibrations you're given. That's what you're getting in response and in return. It's a reciprocative experience with the universe. Electromagnetically, we send out a signal, boom, matches it, comes back to us. Boomerang, kind of, but more magnetic. 2 of Pentacles talks about all of those big changes that we've all been making over the last couple of months. Changing our thoughts, changing our patterns, you know, letting go of old things that don't serve us anymore, ruts and habits and whatever else. Making those big changes in our lives. You're the only ones that can do it. We are the only ones, right? We are the only ones. It's so important. Nobody likes to do the work. It's awful. I won't lie. I will not lie. Depending on what kind of shit you're dealing with in your life. If you're dealing with childhood issues, childhood traumas, you know, issues throughout your life, traumas you've been through, experiences, relationships, failures, job loss, you know, everything, illness, whatever it is hard to deal with. It's not easy. It's not easy. None of it's a breeze. It wasn't a breeze when we went through it, and it sure as hell isn't going to be a breeze when we're dealing with it after the fact. But we got to do it. And we're strong now. We're all really strong now. This year is giving us that strength, that energy. supportive in energy, supportive in number. I mean, the whole 9 energy is all about get it together, folks. I'm giving you this lift up, this step up, this leg up into this next year. So you can get rid of this crap, leave it behind, and move into something brand new and exciting. 2026 is that year for us. But 2025 is where we cultivate what that shows us, what that, eventually becomes for us, what we can reap as the rewards of that. So, 2 of Pentacles, big changes, and we've been doing it all along. 6 of Swords, in a material way, in the body way. Okay, so mind, body, and spirit. The 6 of Swords in the body's way. Technically, it's a mental experience, but it's also a recognition that we can move forward. We can move forward. We are on journeys. Each and every one of us is on a journey here, and it has everything to do with your soul and the higher part of you that came here for this reason, and nothing more, nothing less, just you and the journey, how you experience it, what you deal with, how you live, what you feel through it all. Every bit of that. The dash, if you're familiar with that, that's what we're talking about here, that everything that in between those 2 dates, your birth date and your death date. This is it. This is what we're here for. This is the journey that we're on, this wonderful journey of self-discovery. Bottom line, journey of self-discovery. So if you're called forward to do that, to do things that are going to work on that for you, right? Get stuff up out of your body. The body, physical, holds the trauma. It holds all the trauma in your nervous systems. It holds it in your spine. It holds it in your skeletal system. It holds it in your cellular memory. You got to get it out. Got to get it out. And so the journey of self-discovery says go inside yourself. Take time to go inside the body. Find out where things are. If you have an ache in your back, there's a reason for it. If you have a pain in your gut, if you have trouble digesting, if you have issues with eyesight, if you have, hip problems, knee issues, feet problem, whatever, there's a reason at the bottom of it. There is definitely a spiritual and a mental experience going on that's producing that physical experience for you. Go inside your body. This is the time. We've been clearing out all the stuff from our head. Now's the time to clear the stuff out from your body. Once you get all that crap out of there, lots of stuff can come up and go out. And it's time to let it go. So don't be afraid when things start to kind of maybe heighten or become a little more sensitive to you. If you're working on, gut issues or leg issues or whatever, and all of a sudden you get a flare up, just know that's okay. That is often known as a healing crisis. When you start, deliberately dealing with things and healing things and getting rid of stuff, your body's going to respond with that in kind. It's kind of like a fever in a way. It produces this beautiful opportunity to, one fell swoop in an extreme experience, boom, release it, right? Let it go. So go ahead, get into that and see what goes on for you. Get into your body, see what goes on for you, and take that journey of self-discovery and make those big changes for yourself, because you and you alone are the only one that can do that. I keep seeing this thing too, and for whatever reason, I'm not sure, but because Google's listening to me all the time. But anyway, mental slavery. So I keep putting it out there, emancipate yourself from mental slavery. The Redemption song by Bob Marley is one of my favorite songs. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our mind. It's so true. Anything and everything else can be affected. But your mind, that's your control. That's in your control and for you only to be in command of. And anytime there's interference, anytime there's violation in there, you have every right, divine birthright, sovereign right to reclaim your thoughts and your being. Because this is your responsibility here on this planet, and you're meant to take care of it, meant to be in charge of it, meant to be in command of it, and definitely meant to be taking care of it, right? Definitely. Spirit comes in. Spirit comes in with the Ace of Swords. Now look at that. That's Athena. See that? That's Athena. Athena, okay, by the way, who is probably part of that energetic group that's over there to the side that I haven't really been paying attention to because I've been busy talking to you. There she is, yeah. Athena wants everybody to know that this is a time not only of balance, because that's her deal too, balance, but it's a time of integrity. It's a time of justice, and it's a time for truth. Big time. There is a lot of stuff out there in the world that is about to come to the surface, just like your stuff is coming to the surface, because collectively the energies are doing that. They're bringing it to the surface. It's not just happening with you. It's happening in bigger ways and in grander experiences through grander events. Here in the country and here in the world. The truth and all kinds of it are coming up. And they're uncomfortable, by the way. People don't want to know. Holy crow, do people not want to know? They don't want to know the ugly stuff. It totally crashes. You know, it totally just destroys every belief they've had about this, that, or the other thing. And they call that cognitive dissonance when you don't want to know, right? Because it just shatters everything you've ever thought of, you know, as a world or a structure in your life. And then where the hell do you go from there? But that's the truth. That's the whole point to the truth, too, by the way. It's supposed to set you free. And it sets you free from those structures that have been imposed on us, that aren't real. They're not true. They're not for, you know, divine sovereign living. They're meant to enslave and oppress us. So that being said, you know, we have come to a great place and great time in humanity. And triumph is what it's all about. It's about overcoming this stuff, overcoming the harshness, overcoming the issues, overcoming the stuff in your physical body, reclaiming your power as a divine sovereign being. Bottom line, sovereignty. I don't think I've heard that word used more in the last, 40 years as I have in the last 5. Think about it. Most people didn't even know what that word meant. And if they did, they thought it meant something to do with a monarch, which it doesn't, by the way. It doesn't. Anyway, research, people. A lot of shenanigans going on. A lot of shenanigans. A lot of weird stuff happening. And most people don't question it. They just go along with their day. It's like that line in The Matrix where they just don't want to be unplugged. They just rather not know. Okay, fine. Well, then get the hell out of my way, because I'm on a truth-telling path. And I am here to shake it up. And I am here to help people recognize that this crap isn't real. It's an imposed program that we're all meant to wake up to and, again, transcend, right? We're supposed to move beyond that. It's going to stay here. That's what it's for. So people can come to this playground and have a good time here, right? Experiencing all that it has to offer. Not me. I'm moving through it. I'm moving out of it, up and away from it. Yeah, so big changes in the mind. Remember that. We've been working on them. We're still doing it. Keep it up, because the solar eclipse and the new moon coming on Saturday is going to be really good for planting new seeds and really taking action with things, because it's a masculine energy. The 6 of Swords comes in as your body experience. Remember, take that journey inside. Go listen. Do you know, your body will talk to you. I tell people this all the time. I'm always talking about it in these lives. Your body is listening to you, and so it also talks to you. Not just through physical illness, but through other things. We have incredible sensory abilities. We are sentient beings. We feel things through our skin, even. We sense stuff, energy, through our skin. The hairs on your skin will stand right up on end. The back of your neck, stuff will stand right. What the hell? What's doing that? Your little antenna. The whole body that you are is an antenna for this energy, and something's sending your spidey senses into a bit of a tingle. We're all here as these incredible beings, capable of way more than we've ever been taught. My job is to help people remember what that is and reclaim and re-engage with it, right? Re-engage with it. Because we're not meant to be victims here. No, I don't buy that for a second. Came here to be exterminated? I don't think so. I don't think so. We came here to kick it. Duke Nukem style. Chewing gum and not even bothering to take no names. Okay, so let's have a look here at the brick card and see what the brick has to say. Because, that's what we do. So we shuffle. That's what we do. We've always done it for like 20 years now. We've done this. 18 years, 19 years, 20 years, something like that. A lot of years. Anyway. And I love every one of them, by the way. Every single one of them. All right. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Spread them all out. You can see they're all different cards. The eyes of the heart. I believe we've had this before. The eyes of the heart. Today I perceive the real beauty of every person I meet. With the eyes of my heart, I see behind the personality and focus on the energy of love that dwells beneath the surface. I'm filled with wonder at the presence of God in every one of us. The eyes of the heart allow me to see the divine shining everywhere. So like I said earlier, you got to appreciate all of it. Every bit of it is important. Every single bit of it. The good, the bad, and the ugly. If it wasn't for those evil people, we wouldn't have a job to do down here. If it wasn't for those people that aren't interested in waking up, okay, they're holding space for that crowd. We need them. That's not us. That's them. And everybody plays a role. Everybody has a purpose. And everybody's important. Everyone is important. You're all divine. We're all divine. And not one of us is here by mistake, by accident, or by coincidence. No such thing as any of those things. Always divine, always designed, and always orchestrated perfectly for your soul and the growth that you need. And even though we all know there's been a terrible hijack and that we've been awfully violated over the course of a couple of 100,000, million years. Yeah. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We're here for this. And it's amazing. So, we're going to pull a couple of Moonology cards just to see what that is about, because while we're in this wonderful eclipse season, these energies are extremely strong. And as much as I would like to say, you know, we can all do our own part in whatever little practices we have. I do Quartz of Atonement, stuff like that, to help me negate some of these energies. Some of this stuff we're meant to feel. We're meant to go and grow through it. It's necessary for us, and it's assisting, right, in our experiences. It's helping us to do what we need to do. The moon is very influential in our bodies and in our worlds. Might as well work with it, right? So if the garbage truck is coming, you might as well throw your shit to the curb. All right. 2 cards from the Moonology deck. Who does that, by the way? Yasmin Boland. That's right. Anyway, lovely cards. Excuse me. 1 card. And 2 cards. Pardon me. Ooh, you're not kidding. Ha ha ha. This was last week. And it should have come up last week, but everything happens like it's supposed to. A fiery climax approaches. The full moon in Aries, which was exactly a week ago to yesterday. And don't let your past hold you back. Let's have a look. A fiery climax is approaches. Very cool. Red moon, right? Blood moon, that's what we kind of had. And the South Node. Don't let your past hold you back. So I'm going to just kind of do it real quick. Being assertive is good. Just don't roughshod over everyone, or anyone for that matter. Buckle up, Buttercup, we'll say. That's not in here, that's my thing. Don't be a baby, is what she's got here. But it could be an issue for people. Just saying. You got to have more fun. Let's have some nice fun. Be nice, be kind, smile, and be polite as you navigate to where you want to be, which is kind of what I was saying earlier. Super fiery time. Emotions can run very high. On the upside, there's excitement about what may lie ahead, but tempers are likely to flare with rash comments or decisions. No matter when you pull this card, it signals that the situation has just or is about to come to a peak, perhaps in a rather heated way. There could be a price to pay if you have been too competitive or too blunt, even. Just ask yourself how you've been handling the situation. Make sure that it's all been going well. All right, and this one here, the South Node, which I don't know where it is. Just a minute. Bear with me. Oh, wait. 114, way at the back of the book. All right, here we go. Don't let your past hold you back. Relationship is karmic and has played out across many lifetimes. I think you know who that one's for, don't you? Your attraction to someone may be verging on the obsessive. I wonder who that might be. And just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. No kidding. The south node is where the moon crosses the ecliptic, going south. On the horoscope chart, it shows us what we are likely to become obsessed with, but which will probably do us little or no good. The south node is the karmic astrological point that reminds us of well-known phrase, if you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got. Interesting. This card can often come as a sign that the situation or relationship you're asking about has somehow become suffocating and even toxic. It suggests that someone, you even, needs to be released. And that's some kind of addiction going on or an unhealthy attachment that needs to be sorted out. Release the past. Release the past, release the past. Year of the snake. How many times are we going to say it? How many times is it going to show up for us? How many times does everybody need to hear it? Well, you know what? There's always going to be someone on this live that hasn't heard it yet. So, for all of those who continue to hear it, God bless you for putting up with it, but just know, there's always a reason to hear it, right? Always a reminder and something powerful that we can actually get from it, be inspired by. So, that being said, wonderful night again, as I said, full moon in Aries and that south node energy, striking us big time. Eyes of the heart. Everything has purpose. Everything matters, and everything, good, bad, and ugly, can certainly find appreciation for. I always say, bless the assholes in your life. Where would you be without them? You'd be so full of shit you wouldn't know what to do. Anyway. Yeah, that being said, I know, spiritual. Who said? It's all spiritual. It's all spiritual, people. All right, so I love all of you. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. It's nice to see some faces and some names and some awesome people hanging out with me for a little bit of time here. Yeah, so, like I said, Magic and Miracles is still on 25% off, and the Enlightenment series is half off. Half off, people. You cannot do that. You cannot beat that. I'm telling you right now. That is an investment in yourself that you just can't find anywhere else. It's absolutely incredible. But then so are you. Aren't we all? Yeah, and it's time to get ourselves back to that place where we know it, feel it, see it, live it, and be it all the time. So that being said, my friends, happy March 22nd. Happy Psychic Saturday Night Live. And until next time, which is the next new moon solar eclipse experience on Saturday, you have a fantabulous week. Watch your triggers, appreciate them both, glimmers and triggers rather, and have a really good time. Stay focused, grounded, and gentle on yourself, because these are some really intense times. Namaste. The light in me honors and sees the light in you. Until next time, see ya.